Today we're going to talk about experimental and theoretical probability. So what we've learned so far is theoretical probability. Right, that's what we talked about last time, the probability of one event occurring. So now we're going to talk about what happens when we actually try that experiment. So the theoretical probability is what we learned. So that's this, how much to get what you want over total possible outcomes. Experimental probability is what actually happens when you try the experiment. So it's the number of times the event actually occurs, I need to make my pen bigger, over the total number of tries. All right, so let's suppose a number cube is rolled and a coin is tossed. So first let's list all the things that we could get, all the results that are possible so that we have a denominator for this, right? Like we could get a heads 1, a heads 2, a heads 3, a heads 4, and so on. Or we could toss the coin to tails and we could get any of these numbers on our number cube. So there are 12 possible things that could happen. I need a bigger pen still, I feel like. One more. Okay. So it says, we're talking about theoretical probability first. This is what we learned last time. And we want to know, what is the theoretical probability of each of these things happening? So getting a heads and a 1, there's only one that could happen out of the 12. What about a tails and an even number? Well, let's circle those. We could get a tails 2, a tails 4, a tails 6. So there are 3 of those out of 12, or fourth, right? You can simplify. What about heads and a number less than 5? Well, that could be this one, this one, this one, or this one. There's 4 of those, 12, which is 1/3, yes. And then tails and a 6. Let's do some other color here. Tails and a 6 is there's just one right here. That's the theoretical probability. That's what you would expect, right? So if a number cube is rolled and a coin is tossed 24 times, how many times would you expect to get those same things we just listed? Well, this is what we do. We just multiply the theoretical probability times the number of trials. So this is going to be 24 over 12, right? Which is just 2. We would expect it twice. The next one, let me just do my same colors here. There's a 1/4 chance of getting tails and an even number. Did not work to switch colors. Try again. 1/4 times 24 tries. And 4 goes into 24 6 times. So we'd expect to get tails and an even number about 6 times. And then the 1/3 chance of this happening, heads and a number less than 5, if we did that 24 times, we'd expect to get that 8 times. And then lastly, a 1/12 chance of getting tails and a 6, if we did that 24 times, we'd expect to just get it twice. All right, so that is expected outcomes, like what you would expect to get. You just multiply your theoretical probability by number of trials. All right, and then the last thing we're going to look at with these notes is you're actually going to try this experiment. Now, of course, I'm not going to sit here and roll a number cube 24 times and toss a coin 24 times, but you would keep track of how many that happened, how many times you got each thing, just tally marks. So let's say that I did this experiment and oh my goodness. And there's no there's the colors. Let's say that I was just doing some tallies. I don't know. I'm just going to make some stuff up here. And it said, what is the chances of getting, and I did it 24 times. So all together equaled 24 here. And I wanted to know, how many times did I actually get heads and a 1? If I only got it twice, we would do how many times we got it over how many times tried. So the experimental probability would be 1/12. Now, it's not always going to be exactly what you think. how many do I have on here? 5, 6, 7. So this is 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Let's just say that's what I got. I didn't actually do it. But if it asked you, like, what's the experimental probability of getting tails and an even number, that would be here, here, and here. That is 5 out of the 24 tries. So we actually expected to get it 6 times, but only got it 5 times. There's a little bit of a difference there. So I won't finish because you'll have different data than I will with this notes since you're actually trying it in class. But that wraps up the experimental and theoretical probability. Thanks for watching.